It's not complaining as much as it is, see what they're doing, we need to do it too. So the headline here is going to make fans assume one thing versus the actual statement and the premise of why Gary Patterson said what he said. Gary Patterson, here's the headline: SEC promising players money to transfer. That's the headline. But Chad, he's saying that to his own donors, his own money, in order to get those people to step up to the plate, to promise money, to keep players, or to get players to transfer to TCU. It's not complaining as much as it is, see what they're doing, we need to do it too.
Hutton, you were at an NIL event in Knoxville recently. I was there a couple months ago also, where they're getting local businesses involved with Tennessee athletics, right?
Yes.
This is a similar event to that for TCU, where Gary Patterson spoke. And he talked about he's got one player, a true freshman on his team, did not name the player, but said that 5 SEC schools are offering to pay him money to go play at their school and transfer. It's not the school, it's the donors of the school that are organizing and offering financial incentive for coming to their school. And he goes on to say, we could lose 25 to 30 players in the transfer portal. And then this is the quote that I love.
The pain of
this is, Oklahoma, they've been anteing up. Here's the quote that's great. Everybody lives in the gray area. Everybody in this room lives in the gray area. The bottom line to it is we're going to have to live in the gray area if we want to keep up. This is not Gary Patterson bemoaning the SEC for cheating. He even says in his speech, there is no wrong anymore when it comes to this.
Well,
we need your help to step up and give these guys, our good players, deals and pay them money to stay, or they're going to go somewhere that's promising them money. And that's the simple economics now of big-time college football.
Isn't the gray area the section of Gainesville where you guys are staying tomorrow night?
No,
possibly.
Dayton, Ohio.
Yeah. It's the red area because it's the blood-stained streets of Aaron Hernandez and where he rolled through.
That's next to the. I believe that's next to the gray area. Yeah. The red area and the gray area.
I'm thinking about doing a walking crime tour of Aaron Hernandez stay in Gainesville.
You should narrate it and put it out as a bonus Outkick podcast.
I'll tweet out. We'll have a tweet up, and we'll have people come along, and I'll get all the spots, and we'll have an actual map. And we'll go through, and Hutton is going to lead the tour.
Will you get in the map like Chandler?
I'll be DiCaprio in Gangs of New York.
If you get a little bit lost, get inside the map.
I'll be the butcher. Just like
we'll meet at the 5 points of Gainesville.
Just like Aaron Hernandez was. Yeah, this is the headline of this story at The Athletic for Gary Patterson. As I try to,
the headline is not.
I try to reel this thing back in from Aaron Hernandez murdering people in Gainesville to Gary Patterson. There's no great tie-in from Aaron Hernandez, the murderer, to Texas Christian University.
But I'm going to try to do so either way.
Good luck.
That's right. So Gary Patterson is not bemoaning the SEC cheating as much as he's saying TCU should cheat. And let me be clear about this. This is cheating, okay? The NCAA rule stipulates you cannot induce someone to go to your school for pay. The rule states you pay them when they're there and everything is fine as long as they provide something for your company. You can't just pay them to play. They have to do something in return for your business. So by the letter of the law, this is cheating. This is also going to happen at all the top schools across the country.
And has been.
If it's going to be organized, people are going to get together and say, let's go. If you're a smart coach, by the way, of these SEC schools, you say, let's get my businesses together to reach out through someone and say, boy, that freshman at TCU looks pretty good. I'd like to see him at Ole Miss. Or I'd like to see him in Arkansas. And I'm not saying the 5 SEC schools, I'm giving you examples. I want to see them in Knoxville. Then they reach out and say, you could make this much from our company if you transfer at season's end.
So the event that Chad was alluding to that he's hosted in the past that I hosted last week in Knoxville was with the Spire Sports Group. And the theme of the meeting with Knoxville businesses, with players present, and with members of the university athletic program present, the theme of the meeting was, there are businesses in this room that can now partner with players directly. If you're worried about rubbing the university the wrong way, here's how to go about partnering with a player like Joe Milton, who was in the room, like Jackson Lampley, who was in the room, and others. There were a number of different sports represented, well represented.
Brandon Huntley Hatfield, for instance,
5-star recruit for Tennessee,
basketball player.
Baseball and golf represented as well. The theme was, okay, how do you get involved And what would it mean to in-state recruits to have a base of businesses in Knoxville and across the state, a network that you automatically enter into, and it's almost an added incentive to stay in state as a top recruit and get the benefits of name, image, likeness as a part of a branch of a NIL tree for the University of Tennessee. That was the theme of the meeting, and how they're trying to get everybody to pony up and keep the 5 stars, the 4 stars, and the big recruits that you want to keep in state. That's the idea. And Gary Patterson's saying this from the athletic standpoint of the donors, the big money. How do we keep these guys on campus instead of letting them go to an SEC opponent?
There really is nothing stopping any business from doing what they want.
Nothing.
If it is not, if you don't have it written via text, email, in a letter somewhere about your arrangement with a high school prospect about what they're going to make if they go to X school, you can get away with pretty much anything that you want right now in this current NIL marketplace.
I could have announced, Chad, Joe Milton now accepting offers at table 4. And no one would have batted an eye about it last Thursday night.
Sure. Let me be the naive one on the TCU side of this, okay? And I understand Texas is a different animal and all of that. Say you're a local business there. How much are you going to get out of the prime level recruit that TCU can realistically get? Outside of having a rewarding football experience, that TCU is going to be more competitive.
That's it.
But how much is it going to drive things to your business?
Nothing.
Okay. So you're just buying a better football experience.
Yes.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you're notified every time Outkick 360 goes live. We are live weekdays, 11 a.m. Central, noon Eastern, right here across the Outkick network. And while you're at it, like this video and let us know what you think in the comments below.